we at Ben and MP, and we've been rebuilding this boat for a while now, but it's getting closer and closer to being finished every day. You know what they say, when the sun's out, go and play outside. And that's exactly what we did, by working on two very cool parts. One of them for sailing, and one of them is for mooring. Not only that, but we replaced that middle window that I cracked in one of the previous episodes, and replaced with plywood. We added two very cool puños to our boat, and if you don't know what a puño is,
it's huge.
Because I don't know the term in English yet. Stay tuned and watch till the end to find out exactly what they are. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but we had already installed both of the side windows, and the middle window I cracked as it came back from getting its film put on to hold all the pieces together. So we've had to go and have another one made and the film put on, and I just came back with it so we could finally start working on our middle window and it won't be that ugly plywood anymore. So Nico's actually putting the Sika primer on for it to receive a good layer of Sikaflex, which is specific for windows. So the window and the wood glue really nicely together, and then we'll have 3 front windows done.
This nice young man went out to mow to see if we could make a show. To-ma-rattle-to-ma-roo-ra-ree. He scarcely mowed up round a wheel. Get a jump, come a rattle, come a stay away, can hit him on the wheel. To-ma-rattle-to-ma-roo-ra-ree. He laid right down up on the ground and shot.
All 3 windows are now in place. Of course, you can see there's lots of tape here because it's going to have to dry, and all this dust around is just flying around. So this tape is actually just to prevent dust from landing on the Sikaflex. We know the windows are very waterproof. It's been tested. We've made these little holes in there in each one, so the water that does get caught, it just flows out. Also, there's holes underneath. I don't know if you know, in case anything does get inside, it doesn't make anything rot. So this is going to dry now. As we still need to put the top batten on. Now that shouldn't be an issue because we are going to just apply that one with Sikaflex and see if we can get a screw in. That would be amazing, but the goal is to just apply it on with Sikaflex, as there's not going to be much pressure on the top. We have something very special for you and for us. We believe we know who this is from, and we believe we know what it is. And if we are right, it's from the owners of Yabá before the previous ones who we bought it off, and they are the ones that turned this boat into what was beautiful. Now they contacted us and sent us something very special, and I'm going to open it now and show you what it is, and this would be very funny if it's not what I think it is. Hey! I think this is a joke. No. Okay. Vou mostrar uma coisa aqui.
Wow!
We guessed right. This is what was on here nicely, and of course the sun has gotten to it. And it is Bahia de Todos Santos, which is in Bahia. Over here you can see Salvador, which is where Yabá was originally from. And as you can see here, you can see Yabá. So it's super, super nice. This was such a nice drawing, and it was such a shame that it was disappearing. But here we have the aquarella. Thank you so much, Patricia and João. Have a good look at it.
It's the original.
It's the original.
Wow. I am so happy and speechless about this. I cannot believe they sent the original. I had no idea. They said that they were gonna send us a new one because this one was faded, because they found us on YouTube and they were watching us and they saw that this one was a bit gone. And then they asked for address, the new one, but the original one, really? So this is aquarella, is that how you say it? Made by a friend of the previous owners of Yabá. And this one is based on here, Itaparica Island. There is a fish market that has a big wall with this paint. And this paint was based on that one because this was the favorite place for the couple that owned Yabá before to spend their holiday. Because Yabá is from Bahia, from this region, but this island was their favorite spot. And then the fish market has that wall with that drawing. The friend copied that but added Yabá in the middle to make it personalized. And there's so much thought into this and so much care, so much love. I cannot believe we got our hands in this original piece. I'm so happy, so happy. So yeah, we definitely need to take care of this original one and make a copy of it so we can add it instead of this faded one. But I'm so happy, and I really hope you guys also enjoyed this little side story about this drawing.
And I think we know where we're gonna go.
Do you guys think we should take Yabá back to Itaparica one day? This over here is one of the last things that we have to build on the outside of the boat, and I'm very excited about this because then it will mean that we don't have to think about the external bits, so we can focus on interior and furniture in our home. So this is one of the last things we are doing. We are changing the original design, and that's all my fault because I'm tiny, I'm very small, I'm not as tall as Ben. And here is where we get the sail winch positioned. And if this is like as high as this, I will never be able to control our sail. So we are lowering it down so I can really use my weight to pull that sail or whatever. So this is gonna change now. I'm very excited. Unfortunately, we have to do some welding changes here as well. Some welding changes as well. Some carpentry changes as well. And we'll see how this will go, but I think this will be for the best because then I will be able to control this by myself without depending on Ben, as we are only 2 people for this very big boat. It's very important that everyone can do everything. So yeah, let's do this now. That we need is exactly the piece that was here before. So this one is a new one that we made out of garapeira, the yellowish wood, and the previous one was made of the red wood that was pretty much everything on Yabá. And the original sail winch support that we are saving and keeping is also red, so we wanted to find a red wood to make that thatch match, and that's why we took this little one that was here before. So you see that around the boat we have so much wood, and sometimes we go digging there and we find some treasures like the one that we just found, and that has been under the boat maybe for 2 years or something like that, and the wood's still very good under the rain or in the mud because it's a very hard and durable wood. So whatever was good was good. We know Yabá had many bad things, but what was good was good.
Ini ada palu jadi nanti sama ni kali.
So this is all measured, glued, screwed. All we need to do now is wait for it to dry and then we can continue. See? Both of these supports are now ready, as in wood-wise and shape-wise. These round holes are just going to be opened a bit with a chisel so we can easily fit a nut in, and a washer when we want to fasten it to the rail of the boat. Now what's the plan now is this has all got lots of gaps in and stuff, so we're going to take it down, sand it all, fill any of the gaps with epoxy putty, and then varnish it so that when we install it we don't have to be sticking paintbrushes underneath it in that little gap. So just going to chisel open those holes a bit, bring it down, varnish, clean it up, varnish it, and then install it. We were just measuring on the boat is something that goes on top of the cleats, clamps, whatever. So what our boat doesn't have is a Samson post, and instead of a Samson post we have a big wooden mast which can hold quite a lot. We also have the cat head which can hold a lot, but if we don't want to use one of them we don't have a Samson post. But what boats do here, I'm actually just on our neighbour's boat, is these huge pieces of wood which are attached to 2 or 3 of the stanchions. So we're going to cut one of 1.27 m by 10 centimeters by 12 centimeters, which is going to be fastened very securely onto the stanchions, just in case we have to fasten something slightly heavier onto our boat or our boat onto something and not need to use the stainless steel cleats. So I'm quite happy about this. We weren't sure about doing it, but now we will have the cat head, the actual stainless steel cleats, and this in case we need to, and the mast. So I think at the bow we're quite secured. At the stern we'll have to find some more things to be able to fasten or tow someone on if necessary, but I'm quite happy about this. these puños are now installed. They've got some epoxy putty over the nuts, and it's been sanded down, or it needs to be done. It just has to be sanded, but these are in place. The other one as well. Don't mind the mess. It's all temporary. Now, about the winch support that we are working on, wood-wise, it's ready. The holes are in the rail, in the bulwark, to push the threaded bars through. However, that little stainless steel ledge has to be lowered to the level that we've moved it to. So that has to be done by a welder, because it has to be cut off, re-welded, and all polished to make it look nice on stainless steel. And I'm not capable of doing that. Maybe one day, yes, but not now. So we are now talking with a welder who can do that for us. So until then, that job is going to be put on standby, but we're going to get this done as soon as possible. Before we head off, we're just going to head over to the beach with the dog, of course, to thank Volker for supporting us through PayPal, and Joseph, Wiley, Don, and Greg for sending us a super thanks through YouTube. See you next week, guys.